Hi, it's Jerry Oginski, founder of the Lawyers Video Studio. Thanks for joining me. I'm coming to you today from beautiful Scranton, Pennsylvania in a magnificent hotel lobby, which used to be a renovated train station back from the turn of the century in the 1800s. I have the privilege of talking with search engine optimization expert George Murphy. George, thanks for joining me.
Jerry, thanks for having me. It is really a great hotel. It's an awesome atmosphere, and I couldn't have picked a better place to film. I'm excited about it.
George is somebody who I've known for many years now, and he does amazing work as a search engine optimization guy who does things behind the scenes so that I personally don't have to do them and other attorneys don't have to do them as well. I asked George to sit down with me and shoot a whole series of videos, and this one we're talking about why is it important to know the difference and why should an attorney be concerned about having just one website compared to multiple websites.
Yeah, it's a very hot topic, especially in the legal community. A year or two ago, you would see a lot of your competitors that would pop up on Google searches on page 1 and number 1 of Google as a product of having multiple websites. So let's say you're a personal injury lawyer with multiple practice areas. And you split some of those practice areas up into into individual websites, a blog about auto accidents or a satellite site about medical malpractice. That was a strategy a year or two ago that was effective because with all of those websites and blogs linking to each other, they were benefiting each other from an SEO standpoint, and as a product of that, they were also benefiting the main law firm or lawyer's website. So, you know, a year or two ago, you could probably see a law firm with up to 5 or 10 different websites, and they would have to manage each one of those, content for each one, building links to each one, maintaining each one in terms of spell checks and broken links and things that are necessary to maintain multiple websites. Well, in the past year or so, the game has kind of changed. Google launched the new Panda update, which
I was going to ask you about Google Panda.
Yeah, it's huge right now, and it's been huge for about 6 months. It's basically putting a lot of importance on not so much how much content you have out there, but more in terms of the quality of content. Part of their algorithm now is they can actually measure the quality of content by things like misspellings, improperly phrased sentences, things like that. So they can actually tell if a website holds content that isn't as high of quality as it should. And sometimes you'll see that when you're launching multiple websites.
So what do you tell attorneys when they say, George, I'm trying to decide, should I just do and focus on one website or should I have multiple websites?
Right now, the way that the Google algorithm is, you want to focus on one website, especially with the importance and how big of a role Google Places is playing. You can't have multiple websites on a Google Places profile. So focusing all of your attention on one website is actually preferred right now, especially the way that things are evolving.
That's really important because I know a lot of attorneys have that in their mind, they're questioning it. What else can you tell me about, tell me about Google Panda, and should attorneys be worried about that, or is that something that you take care of and focus on?
Well, it kind of depends on what you've done in the past. If you've, kind of taken the route where it's very easy to launch a website. It's very easy to get a free WordPress blog up, pump it full of content, and throw it out there. If you have those blogs out there with content that isn't as quality or relevant as it should be, you might want to focus your attention on, revamping your main site. The main focus right now, the way that Google is evolving, especially with, and I can't emphasize how important this Google Places integration is to small businesses, especially lawyers, you want to make sure you're focusing your attention on your main bread and butter, your main website. Google knows how easy it is to launch a WordPress blog. It takes 10 minutes and a $10 hosted account. Google knows that. So you want to make sure you're focusing your attention on your main website and not just throwing up content on a bunch of blogs that you threw up in an hour or so.
George, if an attorney wants to know how they can go ahead and get a hold of you and find out how they don't have to do this themselves and get you to do it for them, where can they go to find more information?
It's very easy. We have a website. It's thesearchninjas.com. It explains all the services that we offer. It gives some background about myself and the company and how we've helped multiple attorneys throughout the country. So yeah, thesearchninjas.com, we're very easy to find. Check us out. You can contact us at any time, thesearchninjas.com.
And by the way, don't go anywhere because you're going to hear about, in the next series of videos, one of them you're going to hear me ask George all about how he came up with the name The Search Ninjas and what they can do for you to help you with your search engine optimization. So I want to thank you for joining us here in Scranton, Pennsylvania, in this beautiful turn-of-the-century renovated train station. And that's it for today. I'm Jerry Oginski. Thanks for watching.